So what? I mean, all this sounds so beautiful. So what was like the main thing that made you say, oh, nah, this is not gonna work? Like, what was the one thing that you said, oh, nah, I can't. This might not work.
I would say emotional intelligence on both of our parts.
Example?
I would say that we were most definitely a very toxic couple. It was a lot of like tit for tat. So it's like, oh, you do that? Okay, watch me do this.
Like cheating?
No, it could be for anything, right? If he's not getting his way, then he's going to be passive aggressive. So in return, I already feel on the defensive. So now I'm going to do something. And it was just a lot of back and forth. And, you know, that's just not a good way to establish and maintain a relationship.
It never is.
Yeah.
It never is.
Yeah. What happened was one day, you know, I'm not going to lie, I was very much in love with him.
Oh, okay,
Very
great.
much in love with him. However, one day I had to look at myself in the mirror and ask myself, do I love him more than I love myself? And that's a tough question. And basically I chose myself, obviously, and I had to turn my back on him. And it was one of the hardest things I ever had to do. But over time, you start questioning everything that happened. And you start realizing, you know, some of the things that you were doing and what that person was doing. And you learn from it and you move forward, you know, and it's a hard truth. But you become a better person as a result in the long run, especially for your new relationships.
Yeah,
that's true.
For sure.
You about to cry?
No, definitely not.
Because you sipping and you going deep. I don't know.
Oh, no, because I'm being honest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what about you?
Yeah.
Well, can we reiterate the question?
I asked what was like one of the main things that you saw in this man that said, oh, no, I don't think this is going to work. Like, I might have to leave him. Like the main thing.
I feel like...
Feel?
No, well, I know.
Okay.
I know. I feel in my heart and my soul right over here that there was no romance put into that relationship. Like, I feel like, you know, when you first start out in the relationship, you're catering to your woman, you're catering to your man, you're making sure that he feels good and that you feel good, that you feel like you are that person for that person. And it was beautiful at the beginning, butterflies and then the sparks. And I'm like, ooh, goddamn. I'm like, it's going to happen with this person. Like, you and I are going to be together. And then you get comfortable.
Yep.
And then you start not taking those things into priority anymore. And I understand life happens, circumstances happen where you have to not necessarily put your relationship on the back burner, but the romancing type of endeavor that you would do in a relationship no longer exists.
Yeah, you can't.
And that's crazy because a woman needs to feel that she is your woman in that sense. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, could you give us a little example, like when like no more dates is more like, oh, just come to my apartment?
Oh, no,
Netflix.
Like we're living together.
Oh, you guys were living together?
Yes,
wow.
absolutely.
Wow.
No,
Okay.
we were living together, of course. Like, we took that step.
Okay, good.
And it was like we were a married couple. Like, it was like we were like 50 years in our marriage. Like, no sex.
I get it.
You said no sex?
No sex.
I get it. Like,
we're going to get really deep into this. We would, you know, do other things, but like the act of like having sex, it just dissipated.
Oh, wow.
And it's not even the fact that I wasn't attracted to my man. No, it wasn't that. It's the fact that you didn't put time into romancing me to make me put in that act for you. And this is like us getting down into the line. This is like 4 years into the relationship.
Okay.
Like this wasn't like a brand new situation. Like, it just so happened that he fumbled the bag.
So the lack of romance, that you said that came into the relationship around year 4? Is that what you said?
Year 4, year 3.
Year 4, year 3. Okay. And prior to that, things were moving all good?
Things were okay, but like it was like a steady
decline.
A steady decline.
And did you ever get an explanation for the reason? Is there a particular reason?
Is there a particular reason? I put it as that he just wasn't focused on the relationship. Like I wasn't a priority. Like I wasn't the number one in his life. Like there was so many other things that took precedence before me.
Like what? Like what?
Like job, his family.
His mom?
His mother.
Don't you think a man being on his purpose, focusing on like careers and jobs, should be ahead of the woman?
No, absolutely. But at the same token, like you're really gonna put me all the way in the back burner when I've
Not
been
the
with
back,
you
yeah,
since
okay.
There should
day
be a
one.
balance.
Yeah. You should balance.
Even if you're at the bottom, it doesn't matter because I fell in love with you because you were a good person and you treated me so well. Despite anybody else that was around me, I saw you. And then you couldn't even take that into consideration to the fact that I was literally with you and held your hand when you had no motherfucking money.
Oh my goodness.
I think that's when it
Oh,
hurts
so
the
you
most.
guys, so you
No,
guys
nothing.
started.
We started from the bottom.
Like
Him
struggle
and I
love.
started as babies. He was living in a motherfucking attic.
That's really the. That's
So
really,
struggle love.
Yes.
That never pans out well. Just so you know.
But this was my first real relationship, you guys. This is what I'm trying to
Okay.
say. Like, this is why I didn't venture out enough. And I'm not necessarily saying that you need to have a whole phase, but you need to be out there and see what you like.
No, I hear what
I
you're
believe
saying.
it.
You know
Yo,
what I
this is
mean?
crazy.
And that was
This is wild.
I hear what
my
you're saying.
fault. And that was
Damn.
my fault because I didn't have the maturity enough to be like, you know what? Wait, hold on.
Is he older?
He's 2 years older than me.
Okay.
He's 2 years older. But there was a lot of circumstances where I was like, damn, not even the fact that I want love so badly, but I was like, you know what? Let me give it a shot.
Yeah.
Let me not say no to this person just because he doesn't have this of what I want right now. Maybe he'll get to it at some point.
Okay.